Y'all, I don't care what none of y'all say. Diddy is in that jail crashing out. Do you know he's now demanded to subpoena and see Cassie's bank statements? Bro, for what? All you're gonna see is your kids' savings accounts and your kids' college accounts in her bank account. What is going on? Diddy needs to stop. First, he wants the Cassie video excluded. Okay, talking about he sees discrepancies, bro. That is literally called grainy 2016 footage. Stop it. Second of all, and second of all, he is now trying to subpoena all her records because he wants to see every single penny she made. Listen to this. Diddy wants my book, my bank statements. Listen, and they're demanding that the judge tell Diddy to go kick some rocks. Cassie says Diddy is fishing around, demanding she turn over bank statements and a book she wrote about him. And he wants the judge to put Cassie wants the judge to put the kibosh on his legal request. First of all, I have my thoughts on this, but let's get to the bottom of what Cassie's saying, because Diddy got some GD nerve. They said, according to new legal docs, Cassie is trying to get to court to kill a subpoena she claims she was served by Diddy's legal team. She says Diddy sent her a subpoena demanding she turn over all draft memoirs, autobiographies, narratives, diaries, journals, or notes, and any communications about plans to publish or threaten to publish such a document. What's more, Cassie also claims Diddy demanded she hand over her bank statements. Hold on, y'all. They said, now here's the real kicker, right? They said, what's more, Diddy demanded bank statements because get this, Diddy feels like Cassie was put up to suing him, and he now wants her bank statements in order to prove that this was all some big setup, that she never felt like she was trafficked, she never felt like she was this, she never felt like this. There was somebody big behind her that made a huge payment to her in order for her to go in and tell quote unquote lies about him. I told y'all Diddy was crashing out. Because if that's the case, Diddy, then what did you do to deserve this? What did you do? Why are they doing that? If that's the case, why would anybody pay this much money? You can't say it's because they want to take all black billionaires down, because forget about the people in the music industry. There's quite a few black billionaires in America, but they keep their wits about them. Anyway, Cassie also claims Diddy demanded her hand over her bank statements. The subpoena is interesting on a couple of levels, because earlier in Diddy's case, one of his attorneys, Mark Agnifilio, claimed Cassie had told Diddy she'd written a book about him that he could catch and kill for $30 million. Okay, but if that is true and he paid the $30 million because of that, under the release, you did what? Didn't you get a copy of the autobiography and everything? So what are you upset about? And if Cassie shared a copy with the federal government, that doesn't violate the NDA. So what are we really doing? I think the book and stuff is just like some type of distraction. And I honestly do think that Diddy is hoping to catch Cassie. I think Diddy is hoping to catch Cassie and see what's going on for bank account. Again, Diddy is unhinged. This fool. Mark Agnifilio claimed, he said, Yana, back in September, Cassie had her lawyer call Diddy's lawyer on a recorded line. Yana informing him she had written a book about their relationship and she planned to publish it. Okay. He also claimed Cassie indicated to Diddy he could buy the rights to the book for $30 million to prevent it from being published. I know that's right, Cassie. You know your worth. They said the thing is, Mark Agnifilio claimed Diddy balked at the alleged offer. He claims Cassie switched lawyers and her new attorney told Diddy in November 2023 that the book was no longer important because a civil sex case was going to be filed. As you know, Cassie actually did that. Anyway, Cassie says his requests are premature and way too broad, and she wants the court to shut down the whole thing. Now, here's the reality about what the legal experts are saying. All right. Hold on. Okay. So here's what the legal experts are saying, because you know your girl had to find out. They're saying, one, this is a stupid attempt. They did use the word stupid, of Diddy at undermining Cassie's credibility. If Cassie drafted a memoir and shopped it around for millions, Diddy's team could argue that her lawsuit was financially motivated or part of a larger extortion style strategy. That doesn't really work because you already paid her the money, fool. And if she was extorting you, why didn't you report her to the police? I'm just saying. They're likely looking for inconsistency between her public claims, the lawsuit, and what she may have written in private in the memoir draft. Anyway, they said they're exploring intent and timing. The bank statements could reveal large payments or transactions that Diddy's team could use to suggest a financial motive by a big money backer or a timeline that supports their narrative that she was, i.e., using the threat of bad PR via memoir or lawsuit as leverage. But you pay, listen, if Cassie was asking for 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, maybe. Diddy, this woman is at, look me in the eyes. Leave the roaches and rats alone and look me in the eye. This woman, you paid north of 10 million. Ain't a person in the world, unless you are a Saudi prince, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, paying 10 million just cause. Shut up, Diddy. You literally got little Rod getting your house raided, allegedly, because you owed that mofo 50,000. You'd rather have gotten your house raided than pay 50,000. You cannot tell me that you just paid Cassie that just cuz. They're also building a defense based on extortion. Diddy's attorneys previously hinted Cassie demanded $30 million to not release her story. If there's proof that she was monetizing this narrative before the suit, they could argue this was more about money than justice. Maybe until the federal government got involved. And they're prepping for a possible countersuit or a PR battle. Now, this is the real thing, okay? They suggested this could be useful in a countersuit, either for defamation, breach of an NDA, or intentional infliction of emotional distress. They could also leak selective details to the media to frame Cassie as an opportunistic gold digger, a classic damage control strategy. They said this is about narrative control. This could hurt Cassie if Diddy team finds conflicting statements or signs of financial incentive, and it could weaken Cassie's moral high ground. Public perception. Even without a legal win, Diddy could use this to muddy the waters and make her look like she was in it for the money. And settlement leverage, right? Again, it could ruin anybody that bought in claims attached to Cassie's claims. Again, maybe, but Diddy settled with Cassie and the federal government picked up the charges, and they don't just have Cassie, they have 5 other victims. So much so that you're so worried that you're asking to stop this and move this to a different time. Y'all listen, are y'all buying what Diddy? Listen, I'll just say one thing. Diddy is desperate. And just like Diddy has alleged overseas accounts and wire accounts, I'm pretty sure that if that Cassie did have a big money backer, and I don't think she did, that they wired it into an offshore account. I doubt anybody would be stupid enough to wire into their Chase Manhattan account. On top of that, Diddy, you know that whole thing is just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. Diddy, just because they might have framed you, and I do not think they did, does not mean you're not guilty. And everything in the world is pointing to you being guilty. The only people that don't think you're guilty of this is Kanye West. I believe. I don't even think Kanye just don't care. And neither does Stevie J. So they're the only people that are willing to be like, I don't care, I'll stand next to him. Y'all listen, let me know what you think in these comments. We'll keep you posted. I think the judge is going to knock this down. This is a federal case, not a civil case. You already settled with her. Why in the world would the government give you, like, it don't even make any sense on so many levels. Why would the government sue you? Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.